Whose merit is that the 70s became for Kazakhstan not an era of stagnation, but a time of prosperity and development? What does the gun donated by Fidel Castro and the lighter from Prime Minister of Great Britain look like? What were the living conditions of the person who repeatedly represented the Soviet Union on the world stage? Watch in the new episode of Welcome to Kazakhstan Project. Historians call that period of Soviet history when the country was ruled by Brezhnev an era of stagnation. Things were different in the Kazakh Soviet Socialistic Republic. Thanks to the activity of one person who achieved respect on the international arena, the republic flourished before our eyes. This is, of course, about Dinmuhamed Kunaev. So let's find out how he lived and in what atmosphere he worked. This is Welcome to Kazakhstan Project. My name is Zakirjan Mamlutov. Let's broaden our horizons. Dinmuhamed Ahmedolay Kunaev entered the history of Kazakhstan as an effective leader. During the years that he served as first secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Kazakhstan, more than 40 new cities appeared in the republic. And this is almost half of the large settlements in the country. In the same years, such important objects as the Video Dam, the Hotel Kazakhstan, and other symbols of Almaty were started. There are two locations in Almaty dedicated to the memory of Kunaev, the museum itself and the memorial apartment. First, we will get acquainted with the Main Exposition, which is located in a house at the intersection of Tulebaev and Boginbay-Batur streets. More than 3,000 documents and exhibits are kept in the museum funds. All of them tell about the life of an outstanding politician and take us to a bygone era. There are 4 halls in the museum. The first of them is dedicated to the genealogical tree of Kunaev, as well as the years of youth. Another part of the exposition is devoted to the years of work, which began with the Konorat mine. Here, by the way, is a drilling rig that engineer Kunaev worked on as a machinist in 1936. This museum was opened in 2002 on January the 12th in honor of the 90th anniversary of Dimash Ahmedollah. He did not live or work in this museum. This museum was opened in honor of him. Previously, the first floor of this museum was the House of Composers. On the second floor was the apartment of Latif Hamidi. This is a famous composer, author of the first anthem of Kazakh Soviet Socialistic Republic. Dinmuhamed Ahmedolay Kunaev was 3 times hero of socialist labor. For 24 years, he was the leader of the country. He was also a member of the Politburo for 21 years. He made a great contribution to the development of the Almaty city in particular, and Kazakhstan as well. He was the permanent leader. There is such little statistics. Before the leadership of Dimash Ahmedollah, Kazakhstan was in 14th place among the republics of the USSR in all respects, economy, industry, and so on. And already under the leadership of Dimash Ahmedollah, Kazakhstan rose to 3rd place after Russia and Ukraine.
Значительную часть экспозиции занимают фотографии.
A significant part of the exposition is represented by photographs. An interesting fact is that most of them were made by Anatoly Goryainov, the head of Kunaev's security. Dinmuhamed Ahmedollah had nothing against such a hobby. And by the way, the famous photograph of Brezhnev and Kunaev was also taken by Goryainov.
У Димаша было 3 коллекции. Коллекция зажигалок, коллекция книг и коллекция оружия.
Dimash Ahmedollah had 3 collections: a collection of books, a collection of lighters, and a collection of weapons. He was an ardent hunter. His collection contains weapons from different parts of the world. This is a gift from the first head of the GDR, Erich Honecker, presented in 1983. A gift from the first leader of Yugoslavia, Broz Tito. Also in his collection there is a rare weapon, a gift from the commander Yazov, which refers to 1647, with a bayonet knife. There is a Spanish sword, a gift from King of Spain, Juan Carlos. There is a gift from the first leader of Cuba, Fidel Castro. The collection also contains a gift from the first president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev. This dagger is made especially for Dimash Ahmedollah.
Именно за этим столом Дин Мухаммед...
It was at this table that Din Muhammad Ahmedollah Konaev conducted important diplomatic negotiations. By the way, he was so good at it that he often headed international delegations representing the entire Soviet Union. Now it's time to explore the second location associated with the name of Din Muhammad Ahmedollah. The memorial apartment in which Konaev lived in the period from 1969 to 1993 was turned into museum in 2012 to his 100th anniversary. It is also located in a house at the intersection of Tulibayev and Boginbay-Batar streets.
Автомобиль Pontiac Grand Prix.
The Pontiac Grand Prix car was presented to Konaev in 1992. It was the only personal car of Din Muhammad Ahmedollah. This exhibit has been preserved and provided to the museum by the president of the Konaev International Fund, Eldar Askaroglu Konaev. The museum is located on the second floor. You will not pass by. You will definitely see a sign at the door. The other 2 apartments on the floor are residential, so guests of the memorial are asked to be quiet. This apartment was visited by many Politburo workers, including Brezhnev. And they say that the head of the Soviet Union was surprised at the simplicity and modesty of the interior. Indeed, no uniforms with medals that Leonid Ilyich loved so much. At most, gifts and souvenirs from colleagues from all over the world. Konaev did not advertise his role in state activities.
Как видите, здесь большая часть это в основном подарки.
As you can see, most of items here are mainly gifts. But the first, and as it seems to me the most interesting exhibit, in this case, is this Chinese wooden tea set, which at the request of Zuhra Sharip Qazaq in 1954, Dimash Ahmedollah brought from China. He was then on a business trip at the invitation of the Chinese government as part of the scientific and cultural delegation of the Soviet Union. They came to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the formation of the People's Republic of China. The holiday lasted a whole month. They traveled around the country. Dimash Ahmedollah was then president of the Academy of Sciences, and he made reports on the development of science and the development of mining in Kazakhstan. As a result of this, even some books were published in several languages. Well, this was the first trip abroad, and of course, Zuhra Sharip Qazaq really wanted Dimash Ahmedollah to bring something. And of course, it was a tea set. She wanted to have an authentic wooden tea set, which China is famous for. At the end of the trip, having arrived to Almaty, Dimash Ahmedollah brought this tea set and handing it over, he said the following words: "This is the first and last time I fulfill such tasks, even from Zuhra Sharip Qazaq."
Такие слова, что это первый и последний раз, когда он выполняет подобные задания, даже от Зухры Шариповны.
Для советского времени у хозяина...
For Soviet times, the apartment owner had a great selection of music plates. There are also foreign performers among the vinyl records, the Beatles, jazz performers, and Michael Jackson record.
Кроме ружей, Дин Мухаммед Ахмедович Кунаев...
In addition to rifles, Din Muhammad Ahmedullah Konaev collected lighters. In total, he collected almost 500 exemplars. Some of them are gifts from foreign colleagues. For example, here is a lighter presented by Prime Minister of Great Britain. Looks like a 2-volume Shakespearean book. The selection of furniture also speaks of Konaev's unpretentiousness. There is almost nothing foreign here. No sideboards from allied Czechoslovakia, no cabinets from the GDR. Everything was purchased in Kazakhstan, and local specialists were also involved in the repair and redevelopment of the 4-room apartment. The luxuriously furnished kitchen is the result of cooperation with Kazakhstan's manufacturers, in particular with the famous Mirai furniture factory. A rare exception is the German porcelain service Madonna, which was the dream of any housewife in those years. Most of the items on display in the museum are unique and have their own history. For example, a joint portrait of Konaev with his wife is made from different varieties of rice. This is a gift from the workers of the Qazaq region. There are also souvenirs from world-famous personalities. In 1977, Din Muhammad Ahmedullah attended a reception with Queen Elizabeth II, where he personally received from her hands 2 commemorative cups with a picture dedicated to the 25th anniversary of her reign.
Вот вы знаете, вот я считаю, что у нашего музея вообще особая миссия. Мы вот не просто храним эти предметы, мы храним предметы, через которые...
You know, I generally think that our museum has a special mission. We do not just store these objects, we store the objects through which the memory flows. Memory about that time. Always when people come here, you are not the first, they are simply stunned. Our records keep their reactions, as if I visited my grandmother's house, or as if I went somewhere to my homeland. This happens because of very authentic environment, and it also shows the personality of Dimash Ahmedullah. People often ask where some jewelry is. They want to go to the lavatory, maybe there is a golden toilet. This is also constantly discussed. No, there is ordinary for that time Czech toilet. That is, you understand, Dimash Ahmedullah is a truly unique person. Since he was a very highly educated man, after all, he read a lot. Have you seen his library? After all, every book has been read. He had a rule to read up to 200 pages a day on weekdays. Over the long years of his political career, Konaev met with Kim Il-sung, Mao Zedong, the Shah of Iran. US President Dwight Eisenhower left the following lines in his diary after meeting Konaev. Today I met with a great man. He is a deep politician, a man who has fully assimilated folk wisdom, a rare personality in the Soviet Union. Din Muhammad Ahmedullah Konaev is an outstanding politician of his time. Kazakhstan as we know it would not have been possible without his life's feat. And being here in his memorial apartment and in the museum, you understand how complicated the world of big politics was, and how, at the same time, Din Muhammad Konaev, a man with a capital letter, remained modest.